So, what is an IP address? You've probably heard the term before or are somewhat familiar with perhaps what they look like or what they do, but today I'll be going over in general what an IP address is, what it looks like, and how it's used. An IP address or Internet Protocol address is a numeric identifier assigned to a device on a network. Much like a house address, it communicates both identification and location. In a 1981 DARPA document outlining the Internet Protocol Standard, IP addresses were characterized as followed. A distinction is made between names, addresses, and routes. A name indicates what we seek. An address indicates where it is. A route indicates how to get there. The Internet Protocol deals primarily with addresses. IP addresses are used to identify devices across networks, both local and across the global internet. They are used to connect websites, transfer files, join game servers, video chat, use remote desktop connections. If it's one device connecting to another, whether it be another computer or a server box on the other side of the planet, IP addresses come into play. For example, on your local home network, each connected device is identified by an internal IP address. The IP address is assigned by your router based on its availability each time you connect, and is not permanently tied to that device. Other devices on the same local area network, or LAN, can communicate with each other using each other's IP addresses, such as to play a locally hosted game server. And since there are internal IP addresses, it logically follows that there are external IP addresses as well. An external IP address is assigned to your home network by your Internet Service Provider, or ISP. This is the IP address that connects you to the rest of the internet and is used to identify your network connection across it. Every device connected to the same local network will have the same external IP address. With the right configuration, though, others around the world can connect to your network by using your external IP address. So to reiterate, an internal IP address is used by your local network to identify devices within that network. An external IP address is used to identify your home network within the global internet. An IP address is made up of characters and separators. Now, there are several forms of IP addresses, most notably the IPv4 address and the IPv6 address. The IPv4 address is the one that, if you're familiar with IP addresses at all, you're probably familiar with this one. A standard IPv4 address contains 4 three-digit numbers separated by periods. Each number can only range from 0 to 255. Since there are 4 numbers, each selected from a range of 256 possible, 256 to the 4 gives us a possible 4,294,967,296 unique IPv4 addresses. This is a large number, surely, but it actually isn't when considering the vastness of the internet. In fact, there is a currently existing dilemma regarding the exhaustion of IPv4 addresses. We're running out of them. It is for this reason that IPv6 addresses were invented as late as, or early as 1995, and they're still being rolled out kind of slowly to this day. IPv6 addresses look like this. They contain 8 4-digit hexadecimal numbers separated by colons. This ups the possible number of unique addresses to 2 to the 128, which, if we do the math, that number is actually too large to fit on the screen without using scientific notation. If you want to do the math yourself, that number is 79 octillion times greater than the number we got for IPv4 addresses. Well, that pretty much covers the primer. Future video lectures will delve further into the problem of IPv4 exhaustion and the rolling out of IPv6, and there will be much more regarding the uses, structure, flexibilities, and restrictions of IP addresses. IP addresses are an incredibly important part of modern network infrastructure, and it's probably important to acquaint yourself with them. Thank you.